There are some things. It is Friday, July 5th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this July 5th. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And the phone's ringing off the hook this morning, wondering where we were at 5 o'clock, but because of the holiday, we're only on from 6 to 7, and then again on at the CW11 at 7. But what a great day it turned out to be yesterday.
Yes, the weather cooperated. It was warm, mainly humid. It wasn't too hot out, but that humidity was definitely noticeable. Yeah. But it stayed dry, and that was the important part. So a lot of folks able to celebrate with some cookouts and some fireworks. But in fact, let's take a look at what's going on right now on our Cavite Tower camera. Still mainly overcast skies early today. But it didn't cool down much. Temperatures still in the upper 60s, low 70s early this morning. 70 in Rome, 68 in Hamilton, in the mid 60s in the North Country, upper 60s to low 70s in the Mohawk Valley, and still in the upper 60s in the southern valleys. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, mainly dry across central New York, tracking the arrival of a few isolated showers that could push through initially south of Route 20 within the next hour or so. And then, of course, some rain showers up north. But for Mohawk Valley, mainly dry conditions as of now. And today, we're talking about clouds giving way to some sunshine. Again, can't run a straight thunderstorm. We have a better shot for rain chances overnight tonight. But we're looking at an unsettled start to the weekend. But the second half looking not too bad. We'll, of course, talk about that full weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Some breaking news overnight. The UK's opposition.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:13 and we're getting you set as head at the door on this Friday on your Munson Commute Cast. And a live look at downtown Utica along the arterial from the traffic camera network. And of course, we're seeing some sunshine blocked by a few clouds, but a dry start to your day today. And a live look at our traffic tracker early this morning, an update as the road construction down along or near West Winfield on Route 20 is now finished. You can now drive along Route 20. Road closure is pretty much over and done with. So that's our traffic update for this morning. No accidents to report so far. We are still following development of a potential accident or a tree down near I-88 near Unadilla. We'll, of course, keep looking at that and, of course, providing the updates later on in the newscast. But again, today we're talking about temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s to start with mainly cloudy skies. Some sunshine moves in this afternoon, with temperatures reaching the low to mid 80s. Now, humidity remains high, so there's still a chance for an isolated storm, but we're tracking those rain chances heading into the weekend in that full forecast in just a few minutes. Gary?
Thanks. The sharks are continuing to grab a hold of humans, this time.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Hope everyone had a great and safe 4th of July holiday. Now this morning we are talking about a mild start with clouds and then some sunshine early this afternoon and potentially a stray storm in the process. A live look outside from downtown Utica on our Nexus Center camera. You can of course see the on-ramp from State Street to Route 5 is now open at this point. And we'll, of course, mention the potential of a traffic alert down near Unadilla, where there's reports of a semi that is in the ditch and a downed tree. We'll, of course, provide that in the next half hour. Current conditions, 70 and cloudy with very humid conditions early today. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Quiet conditions for most of central New York, tracking a few spotty rain showers south and north of the Mohawk Valley early today. And those rain chances today, low but non-zero. Chance of an isolated storm. Best shot for rain looks to be overnight as a weak low pressure moves over our region. Not everyone will see rain showers, but again, a thunderstorm is possible. Then following 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, we'll see a drop-off in storm chances as a cold front sweeps through our region, bringing conditions to be nearly dry for Sunday. So Sunday, the better of the two weekend days. Saturday, we'll see plenty of opportunity for sunshine in the early afternoon. But again, we have storm chances in the evening and overnight storm chances Friday night into early Saturday morning. And the reason why is a bit complicated. On our bigger picture view right here, you of course see a messy setup. Lots of fronts all across the region, and this is what's causing the humidity, the chance for storms here and there. But as we head into Saturday, all that messy frontal boundaries, they begin to form into a solid front as it sweeps through our area heading into Saturday evening. And of course, that's when we'll start to see a lowered storm chance. In fact, completely dry weather expected as we head into Sunday. And so again, today, clouds to start, isolated shower, sunshine moves in, temperatures in the low to mid 80s by this evening. Tonight, again, our best shot for a stray storm, but following tomorrow, especially tomorrow evening, as you can see here, a cold front sweeps through, chance for storm, drying out overnight tomorrow night. And so for today, high of 88, warm and still a bit on the humid side. Tonight, a low of 72, mostly cloudy, chance of a storm. 7-day forecast following Saturday. Again, we're drying out Sunday and Monday. Rain showers and storms return again by Tuesday and Wednesday. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and be sure to like us on Facebook. And
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this July 5th. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, what a July this has been. It's got to be probably the best on record.
Oh, easily. I mean, it was cloudy yesterday, but it was warm and it was dry.
Yeah.
That was the key part. A lot of cookouts weren't washed out, and fireworks as well were also not washed out. And in fact, today, it's a mild, in fact, pretty warm start. A few clouds in the sky. Here's a live look at Oneonta right now. We saw a glimpse of the sun earlier this morning. That sun is now, of course, hidden behind that cloud layer. We'll have a better shot of seeing the sun later today. 70 in Rome, 68 degrees in Hamilton, and zooming in, we've got mid-60s in the North Country, upper 60s, low 70s in the lowest elevations in the Mohawk Valley, and upper 60s as we head south into the southern valleys. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. We're mainly dry here in central New York, but again, we're tracking the arrival of a few more rain showers south of Route 20 that will push through within the span of the next hour or so. But also, as I mentioned in the past half hour, we're still tracking an update of an accident south of Unadilla along I-88 where a semi is being removed from the ditch over the next 2.5 hours. 2 of the right lanes are blocked due to towing, and as well as also a downed tree. So heads up for those of you traveling along I-88 south of Unadilla. There is a potential of a slowdown as you head up north on the right side. But again, today, we're talking about temperatures climbing into the low to mid 80s, similar to yesterday weather-wise. Muggy, warm, and a few clouds giving way to some sunshine. Chance of a stray thunderstorm this evening. A better shot for some showers and storms overnight tonight into early tomorrow. We'll, of course, talk about that in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, the weather these past few days has...
Welcome back. Hope everyone had a great and safe 4th of July, and today we are showing a photo that I feel is very fitting following yesterday's festivities. This one, of course, being a beautiful shot of the American flag with a colorful backdrop of clouds and blue skies taken in Hamilton by Nancy Roberts. So a great photo right here. Puts you right in the American spirit. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send it to the link right there on top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics, as we'll go through a lot of amazing submissions of summer photos heading into next week right here on News Channel 2 at sunrise. Well, this morning it's a mild start. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s, 64 Otter Lake, 70 in Whitesboro, 69 degrees in Hamilton. And the temperature today will climb once more into the upper 70s, eventually mid 80s. So very similar weather today compared to yesterday. It's not going to be very warm, but it will be humid out, and that'll be the factor. It'll feel close to 90 degrees out by the afternoon. But again, we're tracking potential rain chances heading into both this evening and into the weekend. We'll explain it in detail in that forecast in just a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And as you mentioned, the heat is on this week. And as we celebrate the 4th of July, the American Heart Association is sending out a reminder that scorching temperatures can add stress to your heart. They're urging people to be prepared and have a plan, not only this summer, but year-round, calling this the perfect time to get more life-saving training and equipment into schools. NBC's Alice Barr spoke to one father advocating for that after he nearly lost his young daughter to a sudden cardiac arrest.
This 4th of July week, when the sun is out and the grill is going, a reminder to heed your heart, because as temperatures rise, so does the risk of cardiac events.
You tend to get dehydrated, and there are other factors that are related to heat that put more stress on the body.
Past president of the American Heart Association, Dr. Gordon Tomaselli, pointing to new research that heat-related cardiovascular deaths may more than double in the coming decades with the effects of climate change.
More extremes of temperature, but also the population's aging. So the number of people at risk is increasing.
Those with pre-existing conditions have the greatest risk, but everyone should be alert and be prepared.
After you're 30, look up, take a breather.
That's especially true in schools, and the summer break offers a chance to gear up for a rare but devastating event.
When Olivia was 6 years old, she survived a cardiac arrest.
Suffering an undiagnosed genetic condition, Joe Quigley's young daughter collapsed in her school gym class.
The school had an emergency medical plan in place, so they knew what to do. They knew how to perform CPR.
But that is not always the case, so Joe teamed up with the American Heart Association to press Congress to pass legislation mandating AEDs and cardiac response plans in every school.
Schools that have AEDs, cardiac arrest survival goes up to about 70%, which is dramatic.
A precious chance at survival.
My daughter's fabulous now. She's 22 years old, a junior in college, and she's living her life.
While her family lives out a mission to arm and educate others about the issue closest to their hearts. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The time now, 6:40.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are continuing this 4th of July weekend. For those of you who have it off, or for those of you that still work, well, we are tracking quiet conditions to start. Mostly cloudy skies. Take a live look at downtown Utica early this morning. And we're tracking a few showers in areas to the south. But regardless, the temperature is pretty mild to start, 70 degrees in downtown Utica, as well as Griffiths and Rome, with very humid conditions. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're still tracking a few showers south of Route 20 and a spotty light shower outside of Rome. And today, following this, will dry out with sunshine moving in, but there will still be a chance of an isolated storm later on today. In fact, you can see this right here. Higher chances for showers and storms overnight tonight. Not everyone will see one, as these will be disorganized and not following a specific front. But following tomorrow evening, Saturday around 6 p.m., that's when we'll see the arrival of a cold front. That'll be a bit more organized. But again, the showers along that line might not be nearly as widespread as conditions do quiet down by Sunday. So again, overnight rain chances tonight, and then chance of a storm on Saturday in the evening. We're drying up on Sunday, so compared to both days, Sunday is the better of the two weekend days. Taking a look at the bigger picture, we have a bit of a mess over us here in central New York regarding frontal boundaries. Lots of stationary fronts, lots of cold fronts, lots of low pressure. That's what's causing this uncertainty with the arrival of a storm or two today. But it gets a bit more on the predictable side heading into Saturday evening as a cold front begins to sweep through our region. That'll, of course, fire up a shower or storm, drying things out, of course, as we head into Sunday. And so on our Skycast today, morning clouds, this afternoon a chance of a pop-up shower or storm with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Then tonight we'll see a weak low pressure pass over us, could fire up an isolated shower or storm. And then for tomorrow, same story. Not a complete washout, but again, you can still see here a storm chance here and there by the evening. That's the cold front sweeping through, and then we'll see conditions quiet down by Sunday. And so for today, high of 88, warm and still a bit humid. Tonight, lows in the 70s, mostly cloudy, and then a chance of a stray thunderstorm. Your 7-day forecast. After an unsettled Saturday, we dry out by Sunday and into Monday before a better shot for showers and storms to turn again by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, cooling down a little bit into the upper 70s. Gary?
Can't ask for much better this week so far.
Yeah, so far, a great start to July.
Eric, thanks. Well, it is a 4th of July.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And on this day after the 4th of July, people looking to cook out again today, and they can find
nice weather as well, similar to yesterday. In fact, almost a carbon copy.
Wow.
We got a few peaks of sunshine, warm temps, high humidity. But let's look at what's going on out there right now. We've got overcast skies, a mild start to your day with temperatures already in the upper 60s to low 70s. In fact, 71 in Rome, 68 in Hamilton, but a lot of upstate New York, you notice here, have some clouds. And in Ithaca, we've got some rain showers. 70s and upper 60s in the Mohawk Valley, mid to upper 60s up in parts of the North Country, into the south, upper 60s in the southern valleys. And a live look, the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. As I mentioned, potential rain in Ithaca. Well, there's the rain showers getting tracked right there. The light to dark green. In fact, some spots of some yellow indicating some slightly heavier rainfall rates. And these showers are somewhat falling apart as they reach us here in central New York, but areas south of Route 20 can't rule out a stray shower just yet. And so again, next 12 hours calling for temperatures in the low to mid 80s with higher humidity, feeling closer to 90 for this afternoon. And again, a chance of a stray thunderstorm this evening, a better shot for rain heading into tonight and early tomorrow. But of course, not everyone will see it. We'll explain the scattered potential of these showers and storms in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Some breaking news overnight. The UK's
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. It's 7:23. It's a mild start to your morning with cloudy skies, mainly dry weather. As we take a live look outside on our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica, you can see the overcast skies across the region. Temperature is 71 officially in Rome with very humid conditions, dew points in the upper 60s. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. A few spotty rain showers south of Route 20 early this morning. But that's really about it with rainfall activity. Most of central New York still remaining completely dry. And regarding our chance of rain over the next 24 to 48 hours, well, we are seeing the potential of a stray thunderstorm this evening and a better shot for a pop-up storm or two overnight tonight. But the rainfall chances come to an end roughly between 6 and 7 p.m. tomorrow following the arrival of a cold front. And so, regarding your weekend forecast, potential for some overnight rain showers tonight, chance of a storm in the afternoon, a better shot for nicer weather on Sunday with mainly dry conditions. And on the bigger picture, this is why we're talking about unsettled conditions, disorganized pop-up storms. We got a bit of a mess here in the atmosphere. Lots of frontal boundaries combining into one stationary front overnight tonight. And that, again, could fire up a disorganized storm here and there. But a better shot of tracking these showers will be from the wake of this cold front arriving tomorrow evening. And this will sweep through, potentially producing a stray shower or storm, and then we'll dry out again by Sunday. And so zooming in on our Skycast, clouds to start, sunshine in the afternoon, can't rule out a stray thunderstorm. Then tonight, overnight lows falling down into the low 70s. You see right there, a few pop-up storms could pass over central New York. Not everyone will see these storms, but again, these could roll through. Then by tomorrow, we'll start out with cloudy skies, sunshine by the afternoon, and again, a chance of a storm heading into the evening. And then in the wake of that cold front, we dry out. And so for today, high of 88, warm and humid. Tonight, a low of 72, mostly cloudy. Can't rule out a thunderstorm. Your 7-day forecast. Following Saturday, we dry out for Sunday and for Monday. Monday warms up a bit. We're back into the upper 80s. And then showers and storms return again by Tuesday, lingering into the rest of the work week.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a lot of folks enjoyed cooking out yesterday, and they'll do so again today under some hot weather again.
Yeah, and we're not talking about insanely hot as in heat wave type weather, but with that humidity pretty high, it's definitely noticeable outdoors that you're going to be sweating a little bit, similar to yesterday. So, a matter of fact, let's take a look at what's going on across central New York for this afternoon. And of course, we got temperatures all across the Northeast in the upper 70s, low 80s. Philadelphia topping at 88 so far. And zooming into upstate New York, 79 Rome, 83 in Syracuse, 77 in Hamilton. And of course, more locally, Mohawk Valley, upper 70s, low 80s. Same sort for the North Country and Southern Valleys, upper 70s, not quite 80 degrees just yet. A live look at Oneonta right now. We've got overcast skies across parts of the region, a chance of a spotty light shower as a stationary front still struggles to push east across our region. But we got sunshine out in the west, and this will arrive over the next few hours, so we'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon with temperatures climbing into the, again, low to mid 80s. Feels like temperatures a little bit warmer. But following that, tonight, we have the chance for a spotty shower or storm. And we're talking about those chances plus the best chance for sunshine heading into the weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. 3 young women in Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. We are looking at mainly cloudy skies and potential for a spotty shower early this afternoon. But taking a live look across Central New York on the Mesnak Camera Network, some locations starting to see those blue skies, especially out in Camden in the western portion of our area. And this will continue to shift more and more eastward as partly sunny skies are expected this afternoon. But still, most of central New York under cloudy skies, very humid conditions with dew points in the upper 60s. So again, humid weather continues. We are still seeing a few spotty showers on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We are wedged in between 2 stationary fronts, so the weather for now, again, not complete washouts, but still there's a chance for rain conditions as we head into tonight. In fact, our best shot for rain is actually going to be early tomorrow morning, and then another round of rain showers late Saturday evening. But the entire day tomorrow is not going to be a complete washout. In fact, we'll have an opportunity to see some sunshine by the middle of the day tomorrow afternoon. So those of you who have Saturday plans, although, again, heads up for a potential storm. Of course, if you do want any alerts if you're outdoors of any nearby thunderstorms that produce lightning, download the app with that code right there below me. You can scan it with your phone, and the app will actually notify you of nearby lightning strikes and downpours to your location. It's a very useful tool even I use when I'm out and about. But regardless, following evening potential storms Saturday will dry out in time for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. The reason why this is because we got a bit of a complicated setup over the Northeast. These storms are not very easy to track because there's not any significant one front forcing this setup. We've got multiple fronts north and south, just a bit of a messy setup. But following that on Saturday evening, All these fronts begin to combine into one solid cold front as it sweeps through our area overnight into early Sunday morning, and that's when we'll dry out by Sunday afternoon. And so in our Skycast, we got clouds this morning, still potential for a spotty shower, but will dry out for the most part by this evening with partly sunny skies and temperatures in the 80s. Then overnight, you can still see here, a few storms could roll through. Not everyone will see them, but the potential is there. Then tomorrow afternoon, we'll see potential for some sunshine in the early afternoon before, yet again, another round of spotty showers and storms move to the region. Then we'll quiet down as we head into tomorrow night. But for today, though, warm and humid, highs in the 80s tonight. Lows in the 70s, mostly cloudy, with potential for a thunderstorm. Your 7-day forecast. Following tomorrow, we'll see sunshine roll through for Sunday and for Monday. Storm chances return again by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. A slight cool down, but still looking pretty warm for July standards with highs all these days in the low to mid 80s.
We are blessed.
Yes, this first week of July has been just gorgeous. We couldn't ask for a better start to the month.
That's for sure, Eric. Well, Hurricane Beryl made landfall this morning on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 2 storm. The population of Cancun experienced lashing winds and rain as the storm moved into the region. Wind speeds began to slow as the system moved over land, but we're still reaching 100 miles per hour. Forecasters anticipate Beryl to leave the Yucatan and move back over water, where it may regain some of its strength before making a second landfall on the Gulf Coast near the Mexico-Texas border later this weekend. Hurricane Beryl already has claimed 11 lives as it has swept across the Caribbean Sea. Coming up, local ties to a police officer who was tracked.
To know wherever you go. Download the WKTV News Channel 2 and the Storm Tracker 2 apps today.
Good afternoon once again, and thank you for joining us. We begin this half hour once again with the weather, and if you are feeling like you want to barbecue again, well, you got pretty decent weather, but expect it'll be hot once again, just like yesterday. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and Eric, just how hot are we talking?
We're talking about warm temperatures in the low to mid 80s, and it's not quite the temperature on paper, it's that humidity that'll make it feel a little bit warmer. But regardless, talking about grilling the next few days, I would say yes for all three, but a heads up that we have a chance for a shower or thunderstorm later this evening. Better shot for it on Saturday, but we're dry for the entire day on Sunday. So the best of the 3 days look to be on Sunday, but again, not a complete washout heading into Saturday. Again, temperatures across Northeast in the upper 70s, low 80s. Here in central New York, upper 70s, and zooming in, reaching the low 80s in the Mohawk Valley. Same for the North Country, a little cooler in the southern valleys, with temperatures barely reaching the low 80s once more. Live at Oneonta right now, overcast skies, pretty common across central New York early today, and just a chance of a spotty shower here and there as of this point. But zooming out, we're seeing some clearing taking place as sunshine will start to peek out over parts of our region throughout the next 6 or so hours. So again, we're talking about temperatures in the 80s, warm, humid conditions, isolated to scattered thunderstorms tonight, and then again, we're talking about the best days to have outdoor weather over the weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Millions of Americans are celebrating the 4th of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. We're still dealing with some clouds across the area, some locations of light rain. In fact, a live look across central New York on the Mesnet camera network. Blue skies peeking out at Camden, Woodgate, Morrisville, Sherburne, still seeing some clouds. However, this will trend to a partly sunny day within the span of the next few hours. Officially in Rome, 79 and cloudy, very humid out with dew points in the upper 60s. And the radar quieting down a little bit after still a few spotty light rain showers here locally across the region as a stationary front continues to shift east outside of our area. Regarding rainfall chances, again tonight, we're not talking about a washout, but there's still potential for a storm or two to fire up overnight into early tomorrow morning. That's our best shot, by the way, is very early tomorrow morning. Then will dry out, another chance of a shower or storm from a cold front tomorrow evening, and then we'll dry out as we head into Sunday. And so your official weekend forecast so far, again, potential for some night rain, chance of a storm in the afternoon or evening tomorrow. Sunshine chances during the afternoon, by the way, with temperatures peaking in the mid-80s. Then by Sunday, we're drying up with sunshine and temperatures in the low 80s. And the reason for this, again, we got a messy setup in the atmosphere. Lots of frontal boundaries converging over our region, creating disorganized chances for showers and storms here and there. But we've lucked out for the most part. Dry weather yesterday, well, mainly dry today. Still a chance, as you saw on the radar just previously, of a light shower or two. But the official cold front sweeps through tomorrow night, and that's when we'll dry out just by Sunday. And so in our Skycast, today we've got clouds, spotty showers. This will dry out by at least temporarily this evening with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Then overnight you can see here a chance of a stray shower or thunderstorm. And then by tomorrow morning, mostly cloudy, sunshine by tomorrow afternoon. And then again, storm chances in the evening in the wake of this cold front. Then by tomorrow night, we'll quiet down with some patchy fog in some locations. And then we'll see sunny skies by Sunday afternoon. And so for today, highs in the 80s, warm and humid. Tonight, a low 72, mostly cloudy, a chance of a thunderstorm. Your 7-day forecast, a little unsettled for tomorrow. Again, not a complete washout, but a heads up for a storm chance here and there. Then dry for Sunday and Monday. Showers and storms return again Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are back with News Talk this
Meteorologist Bill Curtis. A couple of quick showers here and there, pop-up showers, as you say, but humid today, too.
Yeah, it's really humid out there. The humidity has jumped up considerably. The dew point now hitting 70. It feels tropical out there. Look at our current conditions, 85 degrees, but again, with the dew point being 70, it feels like 89. We've got that higher heat index today, again, because of the high humidity that has jumped up, like mentioned, really within the past several hours. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are tracking a couple of pop-up showers. There's not expected to be a lot of activity this evening. You may get a brief sprinkle, but the chance for thunderstorms looks to be late tonight. We're thinking after midnight, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, where we could see a few thunderstorms. There's another chance for thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. That chance is relatively low. I think it's going to be a pretty nice weekend for the most part. Sunday looks completely dry. It is still pretty humid, though, as we head throughout the weekend, and that warm weather is going to be sticking around. Mostly cloudy, humid, brief sprinkle is possible this evening. Temperatures in the low 80s. We've got to look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The regional summer school program at Proctor High School.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. As we're getting ready for the weekend, the weather should cooperate for the most part. We're only watching Saturday afternoon and evening for the chance of a thunderstorm. A couple of quick passing showers are possible this evening. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The activity is very, very isolated, but again, a couple of places could get briefly wet, especially in Otsego County. These are slowly heading to the east. We will be seeing some pop-up showers and thunderstorms late tonight after midnight as a cold front approaches from the west. Live look at downtown Utica, 83 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. The biggest change in today's weather, the increase in the humidity. That humidity is going to stick around into early Saturday with a chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening, high temperature of 86. It is noticeably less humid on Sunday, pleasant, a little bit more comfortable, still warm though, temperatures in the low 80s. Our dew point now up to 70. That feels tropical. Dew points above 70 are uncommon in our area. So this is about as high as it usually gets. We're going to continue to see high levels of humidity tomorrow. It should drop on Sunday and Monday. Still humid, just not quite like this. It's back for Tuesday, and then it starts to drop again as we look ahead to Wednesday and Thursday. But again, it is something that we're all too familiar with in the summertime, the humidity looking to stick around. The bigger picture shows a cold front approaching from the west. This is going to give us a few showers and thunderstorms as we head into tonight. We're continuing to keep an eye on Hurricane Beryl, which is expected to redevelop into a hurricane. It's currently over the Yucatan Peninsula. It has weakened, but as it moves across the Gulf, it strengthens again. It makes landfall somewhere in southern Texas. This system is going to fall apart. However, we may see some humidity, maybe some rain showers with this late next week. Kind of hard to say because it's quite a ways out, but it does not look to have any significant impact on our local weather. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 70s. The chance of a shower or thunderstorm may stop Skycast at 2 a.m. That's when a few of these could develop. I don't think everybody gets hit though. Saturday morning we start out dry, partly sunny skies. There is the chance of a pop-up shower or storm late in the day. Temperatures climb into the mid 80s. The weather dries out Saturday night. The weather looks nice on Sunday, partly sunny skies with temperatures in the low 80s. Mostly cloudy, the chance of a thunderstorm tonight, low of 72. Tomorrow, warm and humid, the chance of a thunderstorm in the late afternoon, 86. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, almost 90 on Monday, mostly sunny. Showers, thunderstorms Tuesday, 86. The humidity temporarily backs off for Wednesday and Thursday, and then it starts to sneak in again as we approach Boilermaker weekend.
Well, it wouldn't be the Boilermaker weekend if we didn't have a little bit of humidity.
I know, right?
All right, thank you, Bill. Well, the deadly and record-breaking Hurricane Beryl for the Gulf of Mexico, posing a danger to the Gulf Coast with the risk of life-threatening rip currents for hundreds of miles along the U.S. coastline. As people in Texas are now being asked to prepare for Beryl's arrival. Brian Abel is tracking the storm and the damage already left in its wake.
Hurricane Beryl bearing down on Mexico Friday morning, making landfall as a Category 2 near the popular tourist destination of Tulum. The storm surge potentially reaching up to 5 feet above high tide for the Yucatan Peninsula, with up to 6 inches of rainfall. Relief efforts underway, with officials saying half of Tulum's homes lost power during the storm.
En este momento, 58 refugios temporales activos con 2,193 personas refugiadas. Tenemos 4 personas que fueron rescatadas porque en su casa estaba inundada.
Beryl, the earliest storm on record to reach Category 5 in the Atlantic, cut a deadly path through the Caribbean, where cleanup has just begun.
It has really opened my eyes more, so you have to always be prepared because you never know what's going to happen. You have to always be prepared.
Beryl now on the move toward the Gulf of Mexico, where it's expected to strengthen again before its final landfall in northeastern Mexico or South Texas this weekend. The storm is likely to bring dangerous surf conditions and life-threatening rip currents to the entire Gulf Coast, from Florida to Texas, during a very busy holiday weekend.
We have to evacuate. All I have to do is just put all my stuff in this little black trailer here and haul it out of here, and we're just waiting.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
3 consumer alerts. One of them affects new meteorologist Bill Cardis. It's one of my favorite forecasts.
Yeah, backed by popular demand. We've got the hay forecast. I know a lot of folks that are doing this might have already had their cut, but if you haven't gotten your hay taken care of, it looks like there'll be a small window to do this late Saturday into early Sunday. Just enough dry weather before you want to bring that in before Tuesday. That'll be our next chance of rain. It is going to take some time in this high humidity for the grass to dry out, but there are some opportunities to bale hay early next week. Forecast as we head into this evening, a couple of sprinkles out there, especially out Siegel County. Big story, the humidity. That's going to be sticking around over the next several days. Forecast, if you are taking the dog out for a walk, temperatures will be in the 80s. Again, brief showers possible here, but most of us will stay dry. Tonight's featured dog is Maple from Ilion. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking more chances for rain, some thunderstorms tonight. We'll look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A few consumer alerts to pass.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking high humidity as we head into the weekend, or at least the start of the weekend. Heading out this evening, it's humid. We have a few very small pop-up showers that have developed. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. They are isolated and they are moving very slowly to the east. It's kind of showing you how things have transpired over the past hour. And again, it is possible we could get a brief sprinkle this evening. There's going to be a better chance for some thunderstorms late tonight, well after midnight, as a cold front moves in from the west. 83 degrees in downtown Utica, turning out to be a very warm and humid day. It's going to stay that way. In fact, this is a look at the heat index. When we factor in the humidity and the air temperature, it's going to make it feel like 90 tomorrow. We do get a break Sunday, the humidity not quite as high, but it's back for Monday and Tuesday, making it feel close to 90. 91 Monday, 89 Tuesday, and then we're down to 81 on Wednesday. And with that in mind, if you're looking to cut the lawn over the next couple of days, you've got some dry weather on Sunday and Monday. Sunday would be the more comfortable day to do it, with temperatures in the low 80s. Monday, it gets very warm again. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. A very warm day. Skywatchers checking in with high humidity. Whitesboro, 86 degrees. Mike in New Hartford, 85. Helen and Cassville, 84. Jeff in Mohawk, 83. Eric in Inlet, 83. And Frank in Paynes Hollow, also with 83 degrees. As we look at the bigger picture, we're tracking a cold front approaching from the west. There's not much push of cool weather behind it. We're into that time of the year where a lot of cold fronts are just a very small change in the air, and that's what we're expecting as we head into Sunday. We're also keeping an eye on Hurricane Beryl, which made landfall along the Yucatan Peninsula. It's actually a tropical storm at the moment with 65-mile-an-hour winds. It's expected to re-intensify into a hurricane before making landfall in southern Texas. Long-range projections move this inland. The storm will completely fall apart, but whatever leftovers with it may try to work into the northeast, and what that would mean would be more humidity and maybe a few extra showers here as we head into late next week. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 70s. There's the chance for a few pop-up showers and storms. This is at 2 a.m. This moves to the east. We'll get a chance to dry out for Saturday. There's still the chance of a pop-up shower or storm late in the day. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. Saturday night, the weather looks dry. Sunday, a nice day, dry, partly to mostly sunny. Temperatures climb into the low 80s. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Chance of storms late. 72 for the overnight low. Good night for the air conditioner. Tomorrow, warm and humid, chance of a storm, 86 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Less humid on Sunday, nice, 83. 89 on Monday, hazy, hot, humid. There's Tuesday, showers, thunderstorms, 86. Showers linger into Wednesday, and then the humidity slowly returns as we head into the end of the week with highs in the mid-80s on Friday. We'll be right back.
Forecast at 6, there's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
The humidity really ramping up today. The dew point's up to 70. It feels tropical outside. The current temperature 84 degrees, but with the humidity, it feels like the upper 80s. So if you're going to be heading out this evening, you will definitely notice it. It will cool off, but much slower with the high humidity in place. A couple of sprinkles showing up on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These won't last for very long. There will be a chance for thunderstorms late tonight after midnight as a cold front moves in from the west. The weekend overall looks pretty nice. There is the chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm late Saturday, but otherwise it should be a generally dry weekend. Humid Saturday, less humid Sunday, but still warm throughout. This evening, again, a chance of a sprinkle, very humid. Temperatures in the low 80s. We're taking a look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Happening tonight, it's the famous parade of boats and fireworks along Canandaigua Lake.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A stretch of midsummer weather ahead, high humidity and warm temperatures. Let's take a look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. There is the chance for some thunderstorms late tonight. Right now, just a few showers popping up. They're isolated in Madison and northern Otsego County. I'm not expecting much activity this evening, but again, a brief sprinkle is possible. There'll be a better chance of thunderstorms after midnight. Current temperature downtown Utica, 83 degrees. That only tells part of the story. The humidity has really ramped up over the past 12 hours, and that humidity is going to be around through early Saturday, a high of 86. Chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon. Sunday looks pleasant. A drop in humidity, temperatures in the low 80s. For folks that bale hay, I know the farmers have been doing that. Kind of an early start to baling hay, but if you are looking to get this done, you may have some opportunities here early next week with some dry weather, although the humidity is going to make it tough because it's going to take longer for that grass to dry out. Dew point of 70 in Rome, that is on the tropical end, and it's going to stay like this through tomorrow. Small drop of the humidity Sunday and Monday, and then it ramps back up on Tuesday. The good news is the lowest levels of humidity look to arrive Wednesday and Thursday, so we will get some breaks here and there. Temperatures this evening, Whitesboro 86, Mike in New Hartford 85, Bill in Old Forge 82 degrees. I wish 72. Skinnevis 80 degrees, Worcester with 83. So you look at the radar and satellite image, we are tracking a cold front approaching from the west. That will give us some showers and thunderstorms tonight. Beryl downgraded to a tropical storm for now as it made landfall in the Yucatan Peninsula. It's going to be moving out to the Gulf and re-intensifying into a hurricane, making landfall in southern Texas. We will be watching the very much leftovers of this system and may give us a little bit more humidity along with an increased chance of rain late next week. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, chance of a thunderstorm. Skycast has it at 2 to 3 a.m. and it's not for everybody, but we'll be on the lookout for that. A very warm and muggy night. Tomorrow, chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. We're dry Saturday night. Sunday looks lovely. Partly to mostly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 80s. Mostly cloudy, the chance of a thunderstorm tonight, really muggy, 72 for the overnight low. Great night for the air conditioner if you have it. Tomorrow, 86 for the high, feeling closer to 90 with the humidity, chance of a thunderstorm. Sunday looks dry, 83, 89 Monday, mostly sunny, beautiful day, but hot. Tuesday, showers, thunderstorms, 86. A little break in the humidity as we look ahead to Wednesday and Thursday, but a midsummer stretch of weather ahead.
And just out of reach to see what it's going to be for the Boilermaker weekend.
We'll know by Monday.
We'll be waiting. All right, thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, plenty of baseball action. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Jason. Good evening, everyone. A very humid night tonight. Temperatures are only expected to drop into the low 70s, so a good night for the air conditioner. We're also keeping an eye on the possibility of a thunderstorm overnight. A warm and humid start to the weekend. Saturday looks very humid in the afternoon, and there is also the chance of a pop-up thunderstorm Saturday afternoon, but most of the weekend looks pretty nice. Sunday looks dry. Sunday will be more comfortable compared to Saturday with less humidity and more sunshine and cooler temperatures. Tonight, the chance of a thunderstorm, especially late tonight after 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Overnight lows in the low 70s. We are tracking a warm and humid stretch of weather ahead. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, 4 p.m.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A very warm and humid weekend ahead. There is the chance of a thunderstorm Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. A high temperature of 86. Sunday, a small drop in the humidity along with the temperature, and it's looking dry Sunday. That looks to be the nicest of the 2 weekend days, although both days look pretty nice. Temperatures on Sunday in the low 80s. We are tracking humidity. It's going to be a very humid night tonight. Another humid day tomorrow. Dew points will be in the upper 60s. The humidity is down somewhat on Sunday and Monday. It still will feel humid with temperatures, dew points in the mid 60s, and then the dew points climb to near 70 again by Tuesday. We're just getting into that time of the year where it's really hard to lose the humidity, especially for the next couple of weeks. Something interesting caught my attention yesterday with the air quality index. We saw a significant spike in the air quality becoming poor in the evening. Of course, the fireworks are to blame, but it was only temporary. The air quality improved throughout the evening. But it's interesting. We have ways of detecting this now as the quality of our air sensors continues to expand and we get more information. And of course, scientists like us love data. So look at the radar and satellite image. We're tracking a cold front moving in from the west. This is going to produce some thunderstorms late tonight, as well as Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon. Continuing to track Beryl, it's expected to move into the Gulf of Mexico and become a Category 1 hurricane, taking landfall somewhere along the Texas coast as we head into Monday. We'll be keeping an eye on that because while the storm is expected to make its way inland and it's going to weaken tremendously, some of the humidity with this could make its way into the northeast by late next week. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, the chance of a thunderstorm. This is our Skycast at 2 a.m. Not everybody gets this. Temperatures will be in the low 70s. It's going to be a very warm night, a great night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Saturday, we start out dry, partly sunny skies. The chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. We're dry Saturday night, and we're dry Sunday. Sunday looks lovely. Partly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 80s. Mostly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm overnight, 72 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, warm, humid, chance of a thunderstorm, 86. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It becomes hot on Monday, 89, mostly sunny. Another cold front arrives Tuesday. It produces showers and thunderstorms, mid-80s. A drop in the humidity is expected on Wednesday and Thursday.
Bill, thank you. The deadly and record-breaking hurricane headed for the Gulf of Mexico, posing a danger to the Gulf Coast with a risk of life-threatening rip currents for hundreds of miles on the U.S. coastline. As people in Texas are now being asked to prepare for Beryl's arrival. Brian Abel is tracking the storm and the damage already left in its wake.
Hurricane Beryl bearing down on Mexico Friday morning, making landfall as a Category 2 near the popular tourist destination of Tulum. The storm surge potentially reaching up to 5 feet above high tide for the Yucatan Peninsula, with up to 6 inches of rainfall. Relief efforts underway, with officials saying half of Tulum's homes lost power during the storm.
En este momento, 58 refugios temporales activos con 2,193 personas refugiadas. Tenemos 4 personas que fueron rescatadas porque en su casa estaba inundada.
Beryl, the earliest storm on record to reach Category 5 in the Atlantic, cut a deadly path through the Caribbean, where cleanup has just begun.
It has really opened my eyes more, so you have to always be prepared because you never know what's going to happen. You have to always be prepared.
Beryl now on the move toward the Gulf of Mexico, where it's expected to strengthen again before its final landfall in northeastern Mexico or South Texas this weekend. The storm is likely to bring dangerous surf conditions and life-threatening rip currents to the entire Gulf Coast, from Florida to Texas, during a very busy holiday weekend.
We have to evacuate. All I have to do is just put all my stuff in this little black trailer here and haul it out of here, and we're just waiting.
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Up next, navigating misinformation. Well, there's been a wave of misinformation about sunscreen and how to keep your family safe in the sun. Reporter Ann Thompson on what you need to know tonight.
Just in time for the dog days of summer, a wave of misinformation about sunscreen flooding some social media sites.
The sun does not cause skin cancer.
I think sunscreen causes skin cancer.
Sunscreen is a scam.
As a teenage lifeguard, Jessica Jordan says sunscreen was not a priority.
When I was younger, I didn't wear sunscreen. I was in the sun 24/7.
In her late 30s, she says she paid the price.
I have basal cell carcinoma. There's so much skin damage that it cannot be undone.
That's what dermatologists like Jennifer Stein want people to avoid.
Damage can accumulate in your skin, which eventually could cause skin cancer and definitely ages the skin, gives you brown spots and wrinkles.
Skin cancer is the most common form of cancer in the U.S., with 9,500 people diagnosed every day. The most serious, melanoma, is expected to kill some 8,000 people this year. Sunscreen can protect you. There are two kinds, chemical and mineral. In chemical sunscreens, UV-absorbing ingredients, oxybenzone and octinoxate, can have toxic effects on marine life. Sunscreens with those ingredients are banned in Hawaii, Key West, and the U.S. Virgin Islands.
If those chemicals are a danger to marine life, are they dangerous to humans?
Right now, we don't know. There's a question mark. So if you're not sure, you can just go with the physical sunscreens for now.
Those are the mineral sunscreens with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. Doctors say you should use a water-resistant broad-spectrum sunscreen with an SPF of at least 30 and apply it every 2 hours. Prevention to make sure your fun in the sun is safe. Ann Thompson, NBC News.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis up next with your 7-day forecast. Stay with us. Good evening.
Good evening, Jason. Good evening, everyone. A very humid night tonight. Temperatures are only expected to drop into the low 70s, so a good night for the air conditioner. We're also keeping an eye on the possibility of a thunderstorm overnight. A warm and humid start to the weekend. Saturday looks very humid in the afternoon, and there is also the chance of a pop-up thunderstorm Saturday afternoon, but most of the weekend looks pretty nice. Sunday looks dry. Sunday will be more comfortable compared to Saturday with less humidity and more sunshine and cooler temperatures. Tonight, the chance of a thunderstorm, especially late tonight after 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Overnight lows in the low 70s. We are tracking a warm and humid stretch of weather ahead. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. New tonight, 4 people are in custody as Rome police are investigating.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. A very warm and humid weekend ahead. There is the chance of a thunderstorm Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, a high temperature of 86. Sunday, a small drop in the humidity along with the temperature, and it's looking dry Sunday. That looks to be the nicest of the 2 weekend days, although both days look pretty nice. Temperatures on Sunday in the low 80s. We are tracking humidity. It's going to be a very humid night tonight. Another humid day tomorrow. Dew points will be in the upper 60s. The humidity is down somewhat on Sunday and Monday. It still will feel humid with temperatures, dew points in the mid 60s, and then the dew points climb to near 70 again by Tuesday. We're just getting into that time of the year where it's really hard to lose the humidity, especially for the next couple of weeks. Something interesting caught my attention yesterday with the air quality index. We saw a significant spike in the air quality becoming poor in the evening. Of course, the fireworks are to blame, but it was only temporary. The air quality improved throughout the evening. But it's interesting. We have ways of detecting this now as the quality of our air sensors continues to expand and we get more information. And of course, scientists like us love data. So look at the radar and satellite image. We're tracking a cold front moving in from the west. This is going to produce some thunderstorms late tonight, as well as Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon. Continuing to track Beryl, it's expected to move into the Gulf of Mexico and become a Category 1 hurricane, taking landfall somewhere along the Texas coast as we head into Monday. We'll be keeping an eye on that because while the storm is expected to make its way inland and it's going to weaken tremendously, some of the humidity with this could make its way into the northeast by late next week. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. The chance of a thunderstorm, this is our Skycast at 2 a.m. Not everybody gets this. Temperatures will be in the low 70s. It's going to be a very warm night, a great night to run the air conditioner if you have it. Saturday, we start out dry, partly sunny skies. The chance of a pop-up thunderstorm in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. We're dry Saturday night, and we're dry Sunday. Sunday looks lovely. Partly sunny skies, temperatures in the low 80s. Mostly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm overnight, 72 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, warm, humid, chance of a thunderstorm, 86. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It becomes hot on Monday, 89, mostly sunny. Another cold front arrives Tuesday. It produces showers and thunderstorms, mid-80s.